Even as a child, I felt the urge to help, and I was like always on the side of the person who got bullied at school. I was many times their only friend. And in my later teens, I was confident that I wanted to become a psychologist because I was really interested in people and minds. But then as an 18-year-old, I did a project on homelessness, and I got so many stories shared with me from people in homelessness. And I felt the insight that I don't just want to listen to people's stories. I want to help them act. I want to help them take charge of their lives and to help them actually fight for their rights. So that's when I decided to become a social worker. And that was 17 years ago. And that insight to help people act, it has stayed strong with me ever since. My name is Sabina Esp, and I work as a social worker for the parish of Östersund within the Church of Sweden. I'm based in the city of Östersund, which is located in the north of Sweden. Here I work as a project manager, where my project aims to secure housing for approximately 70 unaccompanied refugee youth. They all came as unaccompanied refugee children back in 2015. Back then I worked as a manager within the municipality, providing housing and running different housing units. And I've been working with people on the move for the past 10-12 years, mainly children and youth. But in 2016, when all of the laws changed, in Sweden at least, I started to feel that I can't do this anymore. So it took me a process of a year, but in 2017 I decided to quit my job because I felt that this isn't Sweden anymore. These values that our new migration laws represent, they are not Sweden to me. Swedish values to me is the values of solidarity and humanity. And here we were saying that we needed to keep our borders closed, that we had too many people, that we couldn't take in more. For me, that was very, very foreign. So I felt that I couldn't work for the authorities anymore. And I decided to take a break from social work. I spent half a year working at a bar that my partner runs. Until one day when a priest calls me. He told me that, okay, so I've heard that you're the person for this job. We don't really know what we've said yes to, but there's an urgent need for housing because there are 30 homeless young people in Östersund and we need to do something. And he asked me if I was interested, which I was. So for the past 2 years, I've been meeting these young people within the spheres of the church. So I run a shelter, but not for 70 people. The people, we've had about 50 young people in our shelter for the past 2 years. It's not just accommodation that they're in need of help with. They are strong and competent young people, all of them. But as every young person who's about to enter adulthood, there's a lot of question marks. And also, they don't have their families here. They don't have relatives. All of their friends are in the same situation as themselves. So they don't have such a strong network. And trying to navigate in a Swedish bureaucracy and in a new country, it isn't easy. Is to be able to offer us like a sense of togetherness within the community, a sense that there's actually someone who genuinely cares about me and what happens to me. There's someone who I can give a phone call or send a message to that will respond and who's interested in how I'm doing. And that what it all boils down to is that we should show love for one another and for humanity. She came as an unaccompanied refugee child from an African country a few years ago to Östersund. She was very fragile and very scared. She was a scared girl when she came. She had been through some very severe traumas in her home country, traumas that no girl should ever have to suffer through. And me and my colleagues at the municipality, we work with her day and night, and she started school and she finished school, and and she started to grow up into becoming an independent young woman, and she finally moved to Stockholm. 6 months later, she comes back for a visit and she tells me that, Sabina, thank you for everything. Thank you for everything that you and everyone has done for me and for us for these past few years. Because if it wouldn't have been for you, I would have never dared to live. And she said that no man will ever decide upon my life again, and that's all thanks to you. Methods of accompaniment, I think that we can be way more efficient, especially in religious affiliations. We know what people need to feel happy and to have faith and to grow faith. So I would like to explore methods, and I hope that I'll find someone that would like to do that with me. And I'm interested in narratives and in storytelling, in many things that I don't know of now, but what I do know is that we are so many people now in this network, and we're growing, and together we can really make a change. I'm super confident in that, and I want to be a part of that change with all of you guys.